Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you Pongo's story. Pongo is a horse. Once upon a time, there was a poor horse named Pongo. He carried wagons full of coal all day. That was his job. That's what he did from morning to night time. As a child, he was raised underground and he was taught to work hard to earn his daily living. He never saw the grass. It was always dark in the mine. He even didn't know when it was day or when it was night. One day, Pongo heard the voice calling his name. Pongo! Pongo! Pongo was slightly scared. He answered in a trembling voice. Who are you? And how do you know my name? I'm your friend, and I want to get you out of there. The gentle voice replied. Frightened, Pongo dared to get closer and closer to the voice that had spoken to him and asked, What's upstairs? It is dark outside there too? No, says the voice. It's daylight. What is a daylight? Pongo asked. The day is when the sun shines with the help of the sun. What is a sun? The sun is the most beautiful light you can see in the world. What means beautiful? Says Pongo with a trembling voice. The voice full of joy makes a promise to Pongo. Pongo, I'll buy you and I promise I'll get you out of there. Pongo went to work full of joy, waiting for the day of redemption. The next morning, early in the morning, Pongo began to work, but his mind and heart waited to hear that voice. An hour of work passed, but for Pongo, he did not even realize it, because he could no longer feel the weight of the bags on his back, because there was great joy in his heart, but also a huge curiosity. After 2 hours of work and waiting, the happy voice could not be heard. Pongo continued working when at one point, after about 4 hours of work, the bell rang for the lunch break. Pongo began to grieve. He had no appetite. He was tired of work. He was disappointed that the voice did not appear. He started to eat, but it was if the food didn't taste the same as before, because his heart started to get sad. After the lunch, Pongo returned to work, exhausted, without work mood, but still with a full stomach, because he was not upset about the food. About 3 hours after the lunch break, that voice was heard again. Pongo's heart leaped with joy, and he began to dance. He approached the exit of the mine to hear that voice who spoke to him about things outside, about the sun, and about freedom. When he got closer, that voice, he heard that person talking to his master. The owner did not want to sell Pongo because he was making a lot of money from it. He asked the man who came to buy Pongo a lot of money from it. He asked the man who came to buy Pongo a much larger amount than they had agreed on the first day, 3 times higher, hoping that in this way he will not want to buy it. The man who came to buy Pongo said they had a deal the day before at a certain price. The owner said he changed his mind, and if he wants to buy it, he has to pay that price in next 3 days. Pongo, hearing this, was sad because he didn't know if it was possible for that man to bring that amount in 3 days. The next 3 days were like 3 weeks for Pongo. Many thoughts were passing through his mind too fast. He wished he could do something to help that man get that money, because he felt in his heart that this man wants something good for his future. He wondered if that man will return, if he will see the sun he had been told about. He tried to imagine what the day, the sun, and the freedom meant. In his mind, there were many unanswered thoughts and questions, but still he did not give up working. He worked as hard and well as ever, because he was a fair and honest horse. After 3 days, there was a voice, but this time it was another voice. It was a harsher, more authoritarian voice that spoke to the master, wanting to buy Pongo. That man with the harsh voice was called Trond, and he only made you shiver when you heard him say something. The owner told Trond that the horse named Pongo had been promised to someone who had to come after him today to buy it. Trond insisted that he wanted him, and that man was not present, and that he might not even show up. As he spoke to him, a carriage and a shout were heard. "I have arrived! I have arrived!" When Pongo heard that voice, he jumped. He jumped for joy like never before, knowing it was almost his redemption. Pongo approached to hear better what was being said, because he was anxious to get out of that mine. Trond told the man who came to buy Pongo that he offered him twice the amount he wanted to pay, telling him that he needed a horse to take him to the forest to transport wood with him. But that man did not accept the offer, telling him that he has something much better for Pongo's future. The owner counted the money, signed a paper proving that they had made a deal to sell Pongo, and went to the mine after him. When Pongo came out of the mind, seeing the sunlight. He closed his eyes because it was something strong for him. When Pongo came out from the mind, seeing the sunlight, he closed his eyes because it was something strong for him. That light was something new for him. But after a while, he began to open his eyes slowly and began to enjoy everything he had seen. He enjoyed the sun, the light, the green grass, the trees, and everything he saw outside the mine. He ran to the new master and thanked him for giving him such a wonderful opportunity to see the wonders outside. This man told him that he had a wonderful place where he wanted to take him to live. He told him to take to his farm where there are other happy animals. Pongo, not knowing what is this farm or this place, he was agreed to go with him because he already started to like it very much, and he thought that this man who did this miracle for him, that he took him out of that place, surely has something much better to offer. And they both set off for the new place where Pongo will live with another animals. Thank you guys for watching this, and don't forget to share and subscribe to can see the next episode.